5 data types on the syllabus, and you must know what each holds and be able to choose between them. Integer, a whole number, positive or negative, with no decimal part. 25 minus 3, 0. Real, a number with a decimal part. 3.1499.99. Char, a single character written in single quotes. The letter A, a question mark, 1 digit. String, a sequence of characters written in double quotes. A name, an address, a sentence. And Boolean, one of exactly 2 values, true or false. 2 distinctions cause most of the errors. Char holds 1 character, string holds any number, including 1, and including none at all. And integer against real is about whether a decimal part is possible, not about whether the number you happen to be storing has 1. A price of £5 exactly is still real because prices can have pence. So how do you choose? Ask what the data actually is and what you will do with it. Will it ever need a decimal part? If yes, real. Will you do arithmetic on it? If no, it is probably a string even when it looks like a number. And this is the trap worth naming. A phone number is a string, not an integer. 3 reasons, and any of them is enough. It can begin with a 0, and an integer would silently discard that leading 0. It may contain spaces, brackets, or a plus sign. And you never add 2 phone numbers together, so nothing is lost by not storing it as a number. The same reasoning applies to a postcode, a product code, and a bank account number. The test is not, does it look like a number? It is, do you ever do arithmetic on it? Boolean is worth noticing too. Anything answering yes or no is a Boolean, and storing that as the string yes wastes space and makes every comparison more fragile. A variable is a named storage location whose value can change while the program runs. A constant is a named value that is fixed when the program is written and cannot change while it runs. The pseudocode differs. Declare, then the name, colon, then the type for a variable, constant, then the name, then the assignment arrow and the value. Note the arrow. A constant is assigned exactly like a variable at this level. You may see constant with an equal sign in A-level material, but that is the 96/118 syllabus, not this one. And the reason constants exist is worth understanding rather than memorizing, because questions ask why you would use one. Take a VAT rate of 20% appearing in 15 places in a program, written as 0.2 each time. Changing the rate means finding all 15 and hoping you found them all. Declared once as a constant named VAT rate, it changes in one place. So constants give you one place to change a value, and they make the code readable. VAT rate says what the number means, where 0.2 says nothing. And crucially, a constant cannot be accidentally overwritten by code elsewhere because the language will not allow it. 2 operations that are easy to blur. Declaring creates the variable and fixes its type. Declare count colon integer. Assigning puts a value into it. Count gets 0, written with a left arrow in pseudocode. Declaration happens once. Assignment can happen many times. And the arrow direction matters. Count gets count plus 1 means take the current value, add 1, and store the result back. It is an instruction, not a statement of equality, which is why count gets count plus 1 is perfectly sensible in a program and nonsense in mathematics. A declared variable that has never been assigned holds nothing useful, and using it is a common source of errors, which is exactly why the standard methods lesson insisted that a total is set to 0 before the loop. That is the assignment that makes the declaration usable. Arrays get their own lesson, so just the declaration here. An array is a set of elements of the same data type, stored under one name and reached by an index. Declared in pseudocode as declare, name, then the range in square brackets, colon, and the type. So declare marks 1 to 30. Colon integer creates 30 integer elements under the single name marks. A 2-dimensional array declares 2 ranges, which gives rows and columns. The point to carry forward, one name, many values, and the same type throughout. That last constraint is what distinguishes an array from a record, which we meet in databases. Three groups of operators: arithmetic, plus, minus, multiply, divide, and two that need explaining: div and mod. Div is integer division, giving the whole number part and discarding the remainder. 17 div5 is 3. Modi gives the remainder. 17 modi 5 is 2. Those two come up more than students expect because modi is the standard way to test divisibility. A number is, even if the number mod2 equals 0, and it is how you extract the last digit of a number. Comparison operators: greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, equal and not equal, and logical operators: and, or, and not, which are the same gates from topic 10, now controlling program flow. A condition like age greater than or equal to 18 and has license being true is a 2-input and gate written as a sentence. One last idea, since a question may ask why declaration is necessary at all. Declaring a variable with a type does three things. It tells the computer how much memory to set aside, since an integer and a string need different amounts. It tells the translator which operations are legal, so it can report an error if you try to multiply two strings rather than failing strangely at runtime. And it documents your intention for anyone reading the code, including you in a month. That is also why a type check from the validation lesson is possible. The program knows what type it expected, so it can compare that against what arrived. 4 things to take into the exam. First, know all 5 types and choose by asking whether arithmetic is done on the value. A phone number is a string, and being able to say why because of the leading 0 is the mark. Second, distinguish a variable from a constant by whether the value can change while the program runs, and give a reason for using a constant, one place to change it, and a name that says what it means. Third, use the correct pseudocode, declare name : type, and the left arrow for assignment, for constants as well as variables. And fourth, know div and mod because they appear in questions about splitting numbers into parts and testing divisibility, and modi in particular is the tool for both.